Hi, I am Robert Canright, running for Place 1 in Plano ISD Board of Trustees. Last year I demonstrated to you that the problems with our curriculum put our schools behind that of our neighbors. What about this year? More of the same. If you look over here at this chart, you'll see in red the percentage of schools that are struggling. This is Plano, this is Frisco, and this is Richardson and Allen with 0. That's right, 100% of the schools in Allen and Richardson are exemplary or recognized. That includes the Title I schools. Those are the ones with free lunch programs and disadvantaged children. That includes all of those in Richardson. Now, let's look at the money. Allen, Frisco, and Richardson are all recognized districts, and they spend significantly less money per student on instruction than Plano. Plano has mediocre results. We're an acceptable district, and we pay more money per student than anybody else. It was bad last year. It's bad this year. How long has this been going on? Let's look. Here you see all the tax data from 2004 to 2009, and in red you can see that Plano has significantly larger number of struggling schools than our neighbors. We've always had more schools struggling by percentage than our neighbors. That's not right. Our trustees and our administration has told us, oh, forget the tax test, forget what people buy their homes looking at, look at the large numbers of National Merit Scholarships we have. Well, that is fabulous. We have some very hard-working students, and they do very well on National Merit Scholarships. But let's reason this through by analogy. Wall Street banks are making lots of money. Wall Street bankers are making big bonuses. Does that mean the economy is doing well and everybody is prospering? Not at all. The economy is in bad shape. Similarly, in Plano, the cream of the crop does very well and everybody else gets shortchanged. We really need to make changes in Plano, and Robert Canright, running for Place 1 Board of Trustees, will work to make those changes. We need to consider the economy. If we look here, this chart shows in blue the average family income by decades from the 1960s to the 2000s, and in red, the average family expenses. And what's happened is, for the average American family, expenses are growing faster than income, and the decade ending 2000s, the average American family had so little disposable income you really could not afford to own a home. That's why we've had so many homes in foreclosure. It's not just all the subprime mortgages. The average American family cannot afford to buy a home, and that's a fact based on the lack of disposable income. And that's the decade ending 2000. What about this decade ending 2010? The numbers are not yet in. I will bet that this trend will continue, and you will see the average American families in the red, underwater, having spent more money than they've earned. And you can see it's not a fluke, it's not a short-term problem, it is a trend. It's going to continue to get worse, and we have to educate our children for this future. So we have to fix the problems in our curriculum, and we have to have a vision on how we can educate our children to survive and prosper in difficult times. I have that vision, ladies and gentlemen. And over here, I call it Texas Ascendance. And what we need to do is have a new vision for education. The old vision was a focus on science. We need a new vision to focus on wealth and power, so that our children can accumulate the proper amounts of income to take care of their families. They need to study economics and finance in order to be able to start and grow businesses and understand what's happening in the economy. They need to study history to understand the rise and fall of free societies. They need to study history for the study of power. They need to learn how to acquire power without corruption, because that is what has gone wrong in Washington. That's what's gone wrong in Wall Street. It is just plain and simple corruption. That's all. They've mismanaged the economy because of corruption. So we need to develop leaders with integrity and competence. We need to revamp the economy of Texas. I have an extensive program. You can see this chart in detail on my website. But what we need to do is rear up our children so they can start successful businesses and grow them here in Texas, so that they can say to themselves, I am a success because I can hire my schoolmates and provide a good wage to my friends and neighbors and make Texas a better place to live. That's the goal we should have for the education of our children. Not that they're going to serve some large faceless corporation, but they will develop corporations here in Texas that will benefit Texas. We can revitalize Texas, and Texas can become the engine to revitalize America. So let's work to have a stronger Texas for a stronger America. Let's work to make Texas ascendant. Let's fix the curriculum problems in Plano. Please vote for Robert Canright, Place 1, Board of Trustees. Thank you.